We're going to shift gears now and get into police state updates, and of course it's all related. It's all relative. Police state updates. This is only a test. Thriller author recruited by the Department of Homeland Security to dream up terror attacks for the Red Cell program, horrified at how easy it is to attack the U.S. Brad Meltzer writes, I was a real-life secret agent. I didn't have the hand grenade cufflinks or the poison dart pin, but in 2004 I was recruited by the Department of Homeland Security for its Red Cell program. As they described it, and as the Washington Post later reported, Red Cell was the government's way of trying to anticipate how terrorists would next attack the United States. To do that, the government brought together what they called out-of-the-box thinkers. As a novelist who writes thrillers with scenes that take place in the underground tunnel below the White House, I was somehow identified as one of those thinkers. Sometimes I was paired with a psychologist or a philosopher. Sometimes I was contacted alone via email and given a target to attack. I'm not allowed to tell you what the targets were or where they were, but I can say that we'd destroy major cities like my hometown, New York, in minutes. And when I went home at night, I felt horrified because I saw how easy it was to kill us. But what inspired me more than anything were the other people sitting next to me in that room. Sure, there were real heroes, members of the FBI and CIA who helped us with vital facts, but then there were far more professors and transportation employees, musicians, and software programmers, regular people whose names will never be known and whom you'll never hear about. Let me be clear, those unseen heroes are everywhere, and they help us every day. And it was at that point in the article that I realized he's shilling for Homeland Security, dreaming up terror events, and realizing just how simple it is. Because, of course, that puts to lie the whole war of terror security charade. It's impossible to be safe all the time. Bad things, unfortunately, are going to happen. Those who give up essential liberty for temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. So I think what goes wrong right quite well with dreaming up terror attacks reminds me of course, the lone gunman and Chris Carter and the tales that Dean Haglund told about intelligence agents picking up story ideas, planting story ideas among the holy wood. But it's just a drill. Navy held security training drill at Port Canaveral in Florida. More on that from CF13.com. And we see the events of homegrown errorism grow and grow and grow. Copycat effect. Spiraling out. Package ignites at D.C. postal facility day after a similar scare in Maryland, which we reported for you on last week's episode 200. Package shuts down California bank. That's from bioprepwatch.com. Man arrested for allegedly threatening Washington Democratic Representative Jim McDermott. That's from the Wall Street Journal. Man arrested in threats to Colorado Democratic Senator Bennett. That's Michael Bennett and his staffers. More on that from the Denver Post. Again, from bioprepwatch.com, and digging into a little history mystery, soldier finally speaks on his Fort Detrick anthrax infection from 50 years ago. Whoops. And to bring it to the present, false rumors swirl about anthrax in Tide. That would be the detergent. That would also, of course, be from bioprepwatch.com. And I suppose what I try and do with these stories is, again, I can't go over every single angle or post every single story, because that would just lead us to the point of having too much information that we couldn't make any sense of, and we're already teetering on that edge as we are anyway. But we try and find stories that help shed a light and shine a light, that great disinfectant, the kind of stories that really expose the games going on. Man admits he lied to the FBI to frame his associates as terrorists. This from the New York Post. A man who lied to the FBI to frame several associates as terrorists pleaded guilty Thursday to making false statements to officials. Syed Omer Ali, 25, of Queens, admitted that he contacted the FBI last May to alert them to an effort underway to launch a terror attack against New York City with the help of radical operatives based in Pakistan. Ali falsely told agents that these associates had ties with the tribal guys back in Karachi and were planning to travel there and to be trained in insurgency tactics and then return to New York to commit a terror strike. He also admitted to misleading the FBI by telling agents that one of the associates had discussed attacking Times Square since it would likely inflict the greatest number of casualties. Informants lying about the war of terror. It's a game now. It's the only growth industry we have. Be a snitch for the state. And I suppose it's been a little while since we've had a disgusting story centered on our unfortunate schools, which are failing on purpose. All you got to do is go look at the work of John Taylor Gatto and others on purpose. That's the point, and that's the question most folks have to get to at some point when they see everything crumbling all around them on any level that you want to talk about, food or money or jobs or any of those things. Is this happening on purpose? New Jersey Town's Board of Education to vote on random drug tests for middle school students.
It's a proposal that is raising some eyebrows. Random drug testing of middle school students at a school in New Jersey. But are the kids just too young? CBS 2's Christine Sloan has this story.
Final changes happened around 1500 BC.
These students at Belvedere Elementary School may soon add drug testing to their list of lessons. This week, the Board of Education will vote on a plan to randomly test 6th, 7th, and 8th graders to see if they're under the influence of drugs.
We're hoping that the students, if they're at, say, a party or someone's house or just hanging out somewhere, that they'll say, I don't want to get involved in drinking or using any drug because tomorrow could be a drug testing day.